another episode of One for the Girls. I'm Tina.
And I'm Em.
And this is our very last episode for season 1.
Season 1. That is insane.
Very last episode.
That is insane.
We've come such a long way.
We really have. Like, if you guys saw our setup for episode 1.
I'm dead. It's so funny.
It was janky.
It's so bad. We should have taken pictures. We should have probably documented.
Exactly. We should have.
Because then...
we would have seen our glow up. Yeah. Our started from the bottom story.
I know, right?
Even though we're not that much like higher up. But, you know, it's definitely different. So it's been quite a time.
Yeah. Before we get into our last episode, to close off Filipino Heritage Month. We have some more treats to get us really fat. From Keo's Kitchen. We're gonna be trying ube pandesal. Keo's Kitchen is a mommy baby run business. They make butter tarts and most recently ube pandesal. So check them out on Instagram at Keo's Kitchen. We'll put their handle in our show description. Mm-hmm. And put in your order. And they gave us a little cute note. You can't see it, but yeah, it's cute little. Okay, hold on.
Personalized.
Wait,
all right.
There it is.
So cute. They put like our little picture. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
Love. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, okay, so let's try because I'm super excited. Yay!
I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Wow.
Here we go.
And I love how everyone knows that we just love ube.
Can you do the thing again? The rip apart? Look at this. Seriously, look at it. It's a chunky chunk. Oh my god,
it looks like a mochi.
It's so like
mochi ball. Oh my gosh, look at this panisal. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh. You want me to rip it? You want me to rip it? Ugh. Don't look at my nails. Don't look at my nails. Oh my G. Look at that. Ready?
Show the inside.
Ay, patay. Ready? Oh, yay, look at that. Bro. So light and dense. Oh shit. Yo. Oh, it's filled. I didn't even see that. Oh, Keo, I love you. You're so cute.
Okay. Okay, here we go. First bite.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Look at it ooze out. Oh my god, it's gonna drip.
Dr. Pimple Popper. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. Like, imagine having this first thing in the morning with a nice cup of kopiko. That would be so good. So good. Amazing.
Café con leche.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keo.
Thank you, Keo.
So go and order
William.
On their IG page.
Sorry. I have to feed the cameraman. Or else he won't drive me home.
Thank you, Keo and Sonia. Check their Instagram out. They also post videos of them making their treats, and it's so cute. Who doesn't want to watch a baby in a kitchen? Like,
I know.
Yeah, Keo's a baby. Mm-hmm. So
wait,
yeah,
just wipe the crumbs off of our face.
Okay,
don't even.
You have here.
How did it end up there?
It's gone.
Okay.
Okay. So for our final episode, we're gonna do a little viewer Q&A. We asked you guys on our story to drop some questions that you have for us, whether that's just general questions or questions about us or questions about our podcast. Mm-hmm. And you guys came through, bro.
Thank you so much to everyone who submitted a question.
Yeah. So let's just get into it.
Yes.
What's our first question, Em?
So our first question is, what are your health goals for this year? Soundboard crickets.
Seriously. No, I'm for sure to eat healthier. for sure to eat healthier, to clean up my diet. My boyfriend and I actually have been trying to do that, trying not to eat out. But then the week that we made that commitment, we're like, okay, we'll do it for a week. We'll just do it for 1 week and we'll see how it goes from there. That week, the patios opened up.
No, done.
So I was like, no, we can't. We can't. And my boyfriend was like, no, we can't. I'm like, no, we can't.
Yeah. It's so hard. Like, especially being in the city and not having the patios open. It's so sad. So when they're open, city's alive. Oh man, automatically.
But I definitely will put in an effort to try and eat healthier. It is a little bit harder in a Filipino household just because.
That's true. Okay, I've spoken to people who are Filipino and they don't like. They're like, oh really? Like it's hard?
Yeah.
I'm like, my rice cooker has never
been
empty and not working. Like how? But
and I was also telling, because my boyfriend's Sri Lankan and he recently actually our Kamayan episode was the first time he's done Kamayan.
Oh,
yeah, rice.
No, I mean like in a while. Sorry, sorry, I don't eat rice.
No,
he's never done Kamayan.
No, and then actually the Saturday after that, him and his friends went to Kamayan spot after they ran.
Really? Where?
Yeah.
Where did they go?
I forgot what the place is called.
Do you know?
No, it starts with a K. It's downtown. Kanto.
Oh, Kanto, yeah. Wow. We went to the ROM for the club night, and then Kanto was one of like the food vendors. They had sisig fries.
Oh. Okay, anyways. So, my boyfriend had Kamayan again like a few days after, and he's like, I liked it, but like I don't know if I like the pork. And I'm like, bro, almost all of the Filipino dishes use pork.
100%.
Like that's what I grew up eating is pork. Like
there's always a pork option.
Sometimes beef, sometimes chicken, but mostly pork. You'll see pork a lot. And so in a Filipino household, it is a little harder to eat healthier, especially because I'm still living with my parents, so I eat whatever they cook.
True.
I mean, yes, I could go out and buy my own groceries, but like and actually my oldest cousin like she lost a lot of weight in the past few years and she really cleaned up her diet. Like she eats a lot of like gluten-free, whatever. And I was telling her this stuff too. I'm like, it's hard for me to eat healthy at home. She's like, no, trust me. She's like, it was only until I moved out that I was able to have full control over what I eat.
Yeah.
Because
that's hard because you can't also shift everyone else's dietary, choices to your own.
If you're living in a house with like 3 other people.
Yeah. It's hard. It's really hard. It's obviously possible, but it's hard. I will say that.
But that is definitely one of my my goals this year, my health goals this year is to eat healthier where I can kind of
have that
control
balance.
it. Yeah, where I can control it.
Mine is definitely drinking more water.
Yeah,
I struggle. Okay, and I know people are like, you're gross, but I hate drinking water. Like, I hate it. I really hate it.
Some kombucha too.
That's a write-off for me too. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't.
Kombucha.
Like, I've only started drinking more water. I've noticed I will only drink a lot of water if my cup or whatever has a straw.
I drink from a straw at home.
Yeah, like I can only
get a metal straw.
Yeah, straw. Yeah, I do have one.
Yeah,
so that's what. Has,
so then,
yeah, but it's the start of my journey. So, but I only got that recently. But yeah, more water.
My Lola actually said to me the other day, she's like, "Why are you always drinking water? You drink too much water." I'm like, Lola, there's no such thing as too much water. I'm like, it's healthy.
Lolas will be criticizing everything you do.
Seriously,
everything you do. Not enough water, too much water. It's always an issue.
Okay, next question.
Next question, go.
Okay, which episode was your favorite to do and why?
Bro, literally every episode, we're always like, this is our favorite episode. This is the episode. So what, okay, maybe then what was your least favorite episode? Because we do like a lot of our favorite. Okay, maybe a favorite and then least.
I think honestly, I did like all of them and all of them like were my favorite. But I think my least episode was the one where our sound was fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Only just because of that. Like the content was good, but the fucking sound. Let me tell you guys, the behind the scenes of this shit is crazy.
It's mad.
It's crazy.
Like I've never experienced so much stress for something that I'm not even paid to do in my life.
So that episode, like which
episode was it for those people?
I don't remember.
Because people are like, oh, which one was it? So thank you. Because you didn't notice audio was shit. But
it was our first visual. It was our first video.
Yeah,
5th.
episode 5.
So So what had happened was we were so excited. We got the camera set up. We were finally doing a visual videos of our podcast. We do the episode. We love the content. We're like, that was sick. Like we were going off. I look at my mic. My mic is fucking backwards.
Oh my. At the end of the episode. At the end of all the content we just did. Because like we got so excited. Yeah. We were way too excited.
And I felt so bad because I don't do any of the editing stuff. Like Em does it and Will does it. Like they do all the editing stuff afterwards. I literally just sit here and record. And so
I'm here just for the face.
I felt so bad. Like I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna have to deal with that. But they figured it out. She says sound engineer. So I think that though, because we can notice a difference.
Yeah, 100%. And like as we're going, we're learning. So it's like we're learning exactly, oh shoot, like I don't like how that sounds. We're more picky as we go, right? So, and then we're obviously more reluctant to putting out shitty content.
Bro,
we always do.
And people are always like the very first episode that we put out, I mean, we can notice the difference now, but people were very impressed with the quality of sound that we had. I know, now we can pick out the mistakes, but people were like, oh my God, like what mics do you use? Like you guys actually sound sick. I'm like, bro, $60 mics off of Amazon.
This is it. This is literally it.
So if you guys want to sponsor some mics for us, if you want to sponsor some mics for us for our next season, hit us up.
Hit us up. We're down. And speaking of sponsors, shout out to my cousin at the Jen for sponsoring us. Like, bro, this lady, I love you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.
And for sponsoring us.
For sponsoring this episode, for our very last episode.
Our very last episode. So thank you so much.
No,
what's your favorite episode?
My favorite episode that we filmed that was put out was probably the one that I'm most proud of is our second episode.
Bro, that's what I was gonna say.
I love that episode.
No, stop, I'm gonna cry.
I
literally love that episode.
Me too.
For many, okay, tell them the reasons why you like that.
Oh, why I like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just, honestly, I think that was the best content we put out.
Yeah.
I think it was funny. I think it was informative and it was personal. And
yeah,
that's like the three main things you look for in a podcast. So
yeah. I think for me, what I loved about that episode was like, especially with us just starting up, I think for that episode, for me, like it really like clicked for us.
Yeah.
Where we're like, yo, we got this shit.
Yeah,
like,
we're good
actually
at this.
Fucking sick.
Yeah.
So,
because
our heads were already that big so early, but
because our first episode was just like an introductory thing, and so our second episode was actually like a topic that we were talking about,
and it was very personal to us.
Yeah.
So from the recording stage to even like the feedback and everyone just loving it, I was like, oh my God, like this is gonna be so much fun. Like we're fucking sick, bro. I'm gonna cry. So I don't want to cry, but I guess NT really style.
Okay, what's the next question?
Next question is, were there any difficulties or challenges to overcome in producing a podcast together? No.
Oh, like between us?
Yeah. Like were there any well, I guess in general, like any difficulties, challenges to overcome in producing a podcast together?
I probably, starting from the beginning is probably just schedule wise, like to come up with a day and a time that work for both of us. And like, because we first started filming at her place and then we film at my place. So to figure that out is probably where the difficulty started. And then obviously like the technological stuff.
Issues. Yeah. Because like when we say like we just jumped into it, we literally just jumped into it. We got the mics and we're like, okay, so what do? We tried different applications to
oh my
use.
God, our USB.
Oh my gosh. So as you can tell, a lot of people are like questioning why we use two Macs and record at the same time. For some reason, one Mac won't identify two or recognize two of the same USB ports.
Yeah.
If there's any way you can override that or overlook that and make it work, let us know. And please help us out. We don't mind asking people for help. I've literally tried everything and Google has said there's nothing else we can do. But if you are Steve Jobs's, prodigy in which you can fix this for us, we would love the help for season 2 because that minimizes the stress. In terms of technology, definitely the editing, just the process of it is very tedious.
Yeah.
I guess for me, like, I love it at the end of the day. That's why I don't mind doing it. But it's just, there's been times where, bro, like this is inside scoop that we're now sharing with you.
Yeah.
There's literally an episode that we've recorded that has never come out.
I know. And I like that episode.
And it was a really fun episode.
Yeah, I liked that episode a lot.
But because my audio just deleted. Like, it's absolutely gone. So that sucks. And so, like, when you work so hard on, like, something like that and you're so excited for it and then it's just gone, like, you literally feel so helpless. So that was a lot, like, for me for us to deal with. We were all like, we all felt so helpless, right? Because I know Tina wanted to help me in any way, and
I was like, are you sure? Check again.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, there's nothing here. Like, I've literally cried, like, just from the stress of the podcast. But no, it's definitely worth it. This is why people leave their like regular day jobs and shit. But we can't do that yet, so.
Okay. Next question. What's the biggest / best thing you learned about each other while making this podcast?
Oh, trying to get senti.
Senti?
Oh, no. Okay, go. No senti. Goodbye. You go.
One of the biggest / best things I learned about Em doing this podcast is that she's very detail oriented, which works because I am not. Like, I'm like, honestly, I don't care, whatever, do it. Like, she's like all about like check the quality on this, like this little millisecond, like fix that. Like, she's very like detail oriented, which I really appreciate, and I tend to keep those types of people in my life because I'm just not detail oriented whatsoever. Like, I just don't give a fuck.
It's also a very, very hard trait to deal with because it's like
a blessing and a curse.
It's a blessing and a curse because like I will listen to our podcast like 3-4 times when I'm editing it. Like, no skipping, bro. I'm listening to every slurp, every like thing of the mic. Like, I'm hearing every single part of it because like I want to make sure that when we release it, like, it's not perfect but very close to it. So whenever we release shitty content, it kind of breaks my heart. But what I absolutely love and loved that I learned about Tina was just how natural it is for her to kind of reach out to people. Like, so what I always like to say about like the way this works between the two of us, because a lot of people are like, how does it work? Like, do you guys ever get into conflicts or stuff like that? Like, the weight of this podcast is very evenly distributed between the two of us.
I think
in terms of the social media activity. Like, that's all like mainly Tina. She's very good with like putting stuff out, knowing when to put stuff out, and reaching out to other podcasts to network. Like, I absolutely love that because I'm not so good at that because I'm like, hey, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know, should I reach out? Like, I don't want to look like that. But no, like, I'm so glad that she was able to put us out there and get, you know, to get her name out there. So she's super, and she doesn't say she's saying she's not organized, but she's actually very organized when it comes to what are we doing? What's your ETA? Like, she's very like, you know,
bro.
She has her own itinerary.
Thanks for seeing my organized mess.
It works for me.
We balance each other out a lot. I think that's key to whatever project you do, whether it's for your job, for school, anything, a podcast.
Yeah, true.
To find somebody that kind of balances you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Cute.
Next question.
All right. Okay, we're switching it up a bit. And this question is, how often do you think a couple can argue that is considered healthy? Little ones too.
That's considered healthy?
Yeah, like, what is a healthy amount of times a couple should argue, or should they argue at all?
Like bicker,
yeah. Bicker.
I don't know.
Or what's unhealthy there? That's always easier to see.
I think what's when it gets unhealthy is when you guys start like hitting below the belt. Like, when it's like when you start throwing jabs that are intentionally hurtful. and like that hit a wound that you shouldn't be hitting.
Yeah.
When you start insulting, when you start like, I think that's when I think name calling too is like a huge like red flag.
Yeah.
In arguments.
Yeah.
And when it becomes unhealthy.
But do you think arguing like, let's say once a week, twice a week, like is that an important factor in gauging whether something is unhealthy in a relationship? Like,
I don't know. I don't really count like our arguments.
Yeah.
I can definitely count like the bad fights, like when like we didn't talk to each other. I can definitely count those, but like little arguments, I can't really count. I don't really know.
Yeah, me neither. Not that I'm losing count, but it's one of those like pick your battles type things where it's like some fights are not that big of a fight, like big of a deal.
Exactly.
Where some fight, like I will say though, like I guess in our second year, okay, we're even only 2 years, but are we 2 years or 3 years? We're only 2 years together. I'm so sorry. It's because I'm counting it like 2019, 2020, 21. Don't. Okay. But I would say 2.5. So roughly 2.5. So in like our second year, let's say 2020, we did fight a lot more frequent.
Yeah.
And they would be like more bigger like fights. But I think that kind of was needed in order for us to not have like as frequent as fights now. Because because that's like, the honeymoon stage, and then that's when like all the hard shit is happening. And if you're able to work through the hard shit, then it works out. But if it's constantly like, if you're seeing like if there's just like constant like fighting, and you don't see like a downward dip, then that's an issue. That I wouldn't see that as that.
Flatten
that would
the curve.
Okay. No, don't flatten the curve.
What?
Don't flatten the curve.
Oh.
You want there to be a curve. Oh. Okay. She said all the time.
Oh my gosh. You guys have been together for 2.5 years. You know what that means? We've been friends for 2.5 years.
Yeah. That's the most important. That's what the most important part is. It's true. No, literally though.
That's funny. Okay, next question. Pancit bihon or pancit canton?
Which do we like better?
Yeah.
I like Mickey bihon.
Bihon.
I like the mix.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I like the pancit canton and the bihon. The pancit where it's mixed.
Yeah. No, I don't know if not that I don't like canton, I just like bihon better.
Bihon, for those who don't know, is the...
Oh yeah, you explain it.
No, you explain
it.
That's why it's like
Is it like...
Wow. Because I don't know which one is which, but I do like both. I don't know which one is...
I think I know. I'm not too sure. We should probably look this up. Can somebody look this up on our PR team? Somebody, please.
Pancit bihon. Is it big noodle or thin noodles?
Okay, I'm going to guess before they look it up. Pancit canton is the flat. I think the flat... skinny.
Okay.
And pancit bihon is the fat. The fat.
What is flat skinny? That's pad siu, pad thai.
It's opposite.
Canton is the skinny one.
Bihon is really skinny.
Oh.
It's string, like.
Wait, pancit canton is what?
The thicker one. It's like a...
okay, that's the one I like. I like
pancit canton. I like pancit canton.
Me
bihon.
too.
I like both. I like the mix. But if I had to choose, I guess one or the other.
Okay, you actually like the mix. You're not just saying that because you don't.
No, I actually do like the mix.
No, I like the thicker one, the canton.
Yeah. I like,
okay.
You like pad siu. You don't like pad thai.
Yeah.
Yes. Haha.
Sponsor time. Yeah. Say. Today's episode is brought to you by Omeo, not Omarion. Omeo.
Not that guy that sings, oh, I think that I found... What's his name? Omi?
Omi.
No. Omi. Omi sings cheerleader.
Omeo is a travel booking platform that makes planning a journey in Europe and North America effortless. Just enter your travel details and Omeo will magically give you all the train, bus, flight, and ferry options for your journey, dude.
Whoa, ferry options?
That's big. Jeez. It's never been simpler to book your first real vacation for 2021. Yeah, get vaxxed. Best of all, Omeo saves you time and money. That's a win-win in our books.
In our books. Omeo wants to help you leave your house this summer by offering 5% off your next booking. Just head to omeo.com and use the code LISTENER5, LISTENER 5 at checkout. Valid until the 30th of June for new users on all modes of transport. It's just the Pick Me Up 2021 need.
Yeah. Omeo. Plan, book, and love the journey. Terms and conditions apply.
So this next question that we got is, have you experienced any racism in your lifetime? Oh, that's a deep. She said, yay!
100%. Mm-hmm. I've experienced racism in my life. Mm-hmm. Going to, again, a predominantly white school, elementary school and high school. At the time, I didn't take it as seriously as I should have because I never really had anybody to talk to about it. Mm-hmm. I never really had any friends that, I could talk to and vent to about it. So I just thought, I just laugh it off. Mm-hmm. But looking back at it now, comments that were made to me were definitely not okay. Mm-hmm. And I have to say again, my personal experience, a lot of the comments came from the Italian boys that I went to high school with. I'm being for real.
Staliano.
They would make these comments about me being Chinese or I'm not Chinese or saying that all the food that I eat smells.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it was, again, looking back at it, something that I should have been more I should have advocated against more, but at that time I just
it's hard, and I feel like even if it is blatant, it's not as easily addressed. Just in general with Asian hate, because Asians in general were always kind of seen like the middle, right? We're lucky enough to be the model minority, but at the same time we're still very much disregarded in a lot of spaces. So it's like growing up, I don't remember ever experiencing it unless I've just erased it from my mind. But because luckily I was in a multicultural class throughout my elementary and high school years. It wasn't until I entered the labor market and the corporate workspace where I was like, there's a lot of underlying jabs that are put towards me. The assumption that I'm not from here or all that stuff, which for me, luckily that has happened to me later in life where I'm so, or I understand who I am and I'm proud of who I am because of the culture and the people around me. But still, it's still kind of sad to see. And especially because I'm experiencing later in life, it's also being done by older people. So it's you're grown. How do you still say stuff like that? So the next question is, how do you think cis Filipino women view trans women in general or in the diaspora in general? And this question is a very thought-provoking question, and we've never actually touched upon this on the podcast, and I'm sorry if we never mentioned this enough. We never talked about in deep with the with the diaspora LGBTQ.
And we what perfect month to do so? Pride Month. Exactly.
But no, we're totally happy that you asked this question.
And thank you to that follower who asked that question. Most of our followers are already our friends and stuff. This follower is we have no connection to this follower, so it's kind of
our real fan and supporter. Not that you guys are not real. Not that you guys are not real fans and supporters. I'm just saying. Okay, don't get offended. No. But thank you. Yeah.
To answer the question, I think there is definitely a lack of understanding between cis Filipino women and trans women. Just because it could be a variety of reasons, like that they just don't have the resource. They've never looked into the resources that can help them better understand. Because there are a lot of resources out there and a lot of people out there who are willing to educate. And or it could also be just the environment they grew up in.
Exactly.
You know, it's cool to see all these Filipino families on TikTok and on Instagram and on social media who are accepting of their LGBTQ plus family members. But it's not like that in a lot of Filipino families.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think in Filipino culture especially, there's a huge disconnect between cis Filipino women or just cis Filipinos and
that diaspora and that community. Definitely.
Exactly.
I totally agree. And I feel like it's only when you are in a liberated society, liberated in a way where you're kind of, because realistically you're going to have more outlets to information, right, about the community that allow you to learn more, right? Like social media is so powerful. So like you don't even need to actively look into things anymore. Like it just kind of pops up on your timeline and you're reading, and whether you're actively absorbing it or not, like it's there, right? So but I will say, call me controversial, but I have to face the facts that a lot of cis Filipino women bank their ignorance on, like ignorance, right? If they are ignorant to the diaspora, to the community, LGBTQ community, on their religion, right? We're both Catholic women.
We are.
Right? And we're proud to be Catholic. We're proud to be Catholic women. But we can't deny the fact that the church has taught a lot of ignorance and hate towards that community, right? We would be super naive to even deny that fact. And
there's a lot of reconciliation that has to be done.
100%.
And I think there's a way to do it, and I think even in the ways that the church is trying to do that, they're still failing.
Yeah.
And it's very clear in the way that the LGBTQ plus community kind of expresses their feelings towards the church. And I think it starts within our own conversations with our fellow Catholics, and kind of, you know, it also has to do a lot with the history of it. Like there's a lot of things that we can't go back and fix. Like this is stuff that's derived from
years and years of that.
But I totally agree with you that a lot of the ignorance stems from
religion. And it's hard. Imagine, like, you know, a huge thing that Filipinos do you know, they blah, blah, blah. Like a huge thing that they're very proud of is their faith, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of families, you know, a lot of Filipino families I know are very religious, and, you know, like a family that prays together stays together. So imagine, like, I can't even imagine being an LGBTQ plus individual, being raised in a community that, you know, may not accept them.
Yeah.
Right. So my heart goes out to all of you.
Yeah.
We didn't rehearse this, but I'm glad that we both have that same mentality and we're on the same page, because we also wanted to put forward what, you know, who we are and what we believe in. And we hope that you're listening and you're
with an open mind.
With an open mind. Because as much as we joke around and, you know, say stupid stuff, like this is what we really believe in. And this is obviously a safe space.
For sure.
Of love. I'm shaking because this was like a crazy topic, but like, you know, because it's just like, you know, like we have a lot of viewers that I'm not sure where they lie on this, but you know where we lie on that. So take that with whatever you like.
Yeah.
Shit, bruh.
Any questions from the audience?
Come on, cameraman, you've been with us.
Questions from the
the designer.
Also, I just want to shout out William for all of his efforts with the camera stuff.
Exactly.
And the light stuff. Very much apprecited.
Yes.
So go check him out at It's God's Will _
Yeah. 2 L's, baby. 2 L's.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you to Anok for being here. Don't know her Instagram handle, IG. AHH.
I have a question.
Nok.
How do you think of the topics that you speak about each and every week?
How do we come up with that?
Yeah.
How do we come up with the topics we talk about every week? We don't. Not joking.
It's Tina. Like she, Rob, like something that when I was talking to my coworker about how we set this up, he was just like, you guys are so organized. Like, so Tina, from the very beginning, before we recorded our very first episode, we were on the phone and she was like,
all right,
we
were on FaceTime.
We were on FaceTime and she's like, all right, let's break this season down episode by episode. Like, what's our topic? Like for each episode. And we kind of just based it on like generic topics that we knew that we wanted to talk about and hopefully you guys wanted to listen to.
And none of it is scripted.
Yeah. That's a huge thing that I'm very proud of. Yeah.
None of it is scripted. Like my cousin last week was like, okay, but like there's no way you guys like are just talking and there's no cuts. Like, yeah, we have little cuts when we were just like, or like when we stutter. Yeah. But for the most part, like, it's just like,
it just
straight chatter.
Flows. It just flows. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have 2 witnesses that can
vouch for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we kind of just go with it and we're like, oh, so it's like literally right before we press record, we'll be like, what are we talking about again? Oh yeah. Okay, boom.
And then press record.
Yeah. And that's why like a lot of like some people were saying to me that they love the visual aspect because they get like our real reaction. So if Tina asks a question or I ask a question that we were not prepared for, like you see it in our face where it's like, oh, like these are genuine reactions.
And I think that's how I knew that this would go very well with us because from the moment we met, like our conversations were like really just so natural. Yeah. And so I knew that like doing this podcast with them, like it was just gonna go.
Exactly.
It was gonna take
to the moon, baby.
To the fucking moon, bro.
Any other questions? Anybody?
I think we have time for one more question.
Yeah, one more question. This is the last question of our segment.
What's in store?
Oh yeah, that is.
Oh, that is William's question too.
Oh yeah, shit.
William was like, "Where the fuck is my question? Where the fuck is my?" That's true. That's a good last question.
We're sitting here in front of William, like, "Oh, we answered all the questions."
We're like, "We have no questions." William's like,
So much love.
William's like, I'm sorry. It was here. I was saving it for last, but
the
idiot.
The question everybody's been waiting for: what's in store for season 2?
Thanks for watching, guys. No, I'm joking.
I think this first season was just more of you guys getting to know us and seeing what we're all about and picking up on, you know, our style and
our vibe.
Yeah, and our vibe. And so next season we are planning on just diving deeper into topics that are relatable, that are controversial, that are problematic. And you know, a lot of the feedback that we got over the course of the 10 episodes was like people would say, we wish you would have gone deeper into this topic. We wish you would have talked more about this topic. Baby, it's coming in season 2.
It is coming, and we are so excited because like we said, like we just love having a good time. We love making the jokes, but so expect a bit more vulnerability in season 2. Don't know if you'll catch any one of us crying.
Probably not. I wouldn't bank on it.
But and we're hoping to get some guests on here.
Oh yeah, some guests for season 2.
Some guests.
What?
Well, you gotta bring your own mics. BYOM, unless you're willing to sponsor us. We're hoping that you guys are excited for more content full of love and light and happiness.
Yeah.
And just talking shit in British accents, but yeah.
My British accent is so trash.
It's okay. She never fails to say it.
I have a friend who's Irish. And so one time...
So do their accent.
Stop it. So one time, I did my like a British accent in front of him, and he's like, "What was that?" I was like, "This is my British accent." And he was like, "What part of Britain?"
You're like Essex. That's so sad. It's okay.
But yeah, no, season 2 is gonna be.
I'm excited.
So great.
Exactly.
It's gonna be popping.
So thank you for all the love, you guys.
Yeah,
are amazing.
and continue that love till season 2, baby.
Yeah, gosh, don't forget about us.
I really don't think either of us expected this podcast to blow up.
Yeah,
as big as it did.
Like for some people it'd be like that's a blow up, but like for us it's like insane. So
because I think like we really thought it'd be like our 10 friends listening to this every
literally week. Like it's so cliche to say, but literally I didn't think anyone else would want to listen to us.
Yeah. And I'm really proud of all the work that we've done.
Yeah, because realistically, like we're not really getting much from this in terms of monetary.
Yeah, we really aren't. Dude.
I love to see how much we put into it.
Yeah,
because it just takes away from the boring stuff.
And thank you guys. Like I know we thank you guys. We thank our supporters literally almost every episode. Every episode we thank you guys. But seriously, like we wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for all the love and support that we've been getting.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Over the past 10 episodes. You guys never fail to show us love and to give us your great comments. So
yeah, exactly. Aww. So like
season 1, down in history.
Hopefully you'll see us on Netflix. No, definitely not.
You'll catch us at the next YouTube versus TikTok boxing match. You'll see one for the girls hosting.
Oh gosh, in Tagalog. So, Manny Pacquiao beside us.
Maraming salamat.
When I punch him, okay, stop. That's enough. That was the last accent of season 1.
Dead. Going so fast.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Send us a DM. Send us a message. Follow us on Twitter. We don't have Twitter. Follow us on TikTok.
MySpace.
Follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn those post notifications on.
And we will be back soon.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll catch you soon.
We'll catch you.
We'll catch you. Wow, we really just don't want to close this podcast.
I know. Okay. We're saying bye now. Okay, this is it. We will catch you on another season.
Yay!
Of
One for the Girls.
We're gonna go get drunk now. Bye.